And that was to take up space, to demand, that we be allowed to exist in public spaces free of all forms of violence, really. That I should be allowed to walk through town, just going through my errands, just going through my day as a school girl, just getting off the bus, just trying to make it home, without experiencing any form of sexual harassment or violence, just a
Where,
simple act.
on that point, wearing leggings if I want, because there's this sense that how you dress determines how you're going to be treated, and that isn't actually the case. You could be wearing something down to your ankles and you're still going to be catcalled, or someone's going to pass their place in some way. So it's not just about what you're wearing, but take up space as yourself, however you present.
Exactly. And the reason why we use the name Life in Leggings, it was not just because it was heavy on alliteration. It was
I love it.
It was also to speak to the realities of womanness in its most inclusive form. Leggings is a piece of clothing that could be worn by any woman, any girl, babies, the elderly women, trans women, it's inclusive in that way. And the reality is that we wanted it to start that conversation on that this violence affects, women in all facets of their life, that may experience it differently because of their different intersections, but it has absolutely nothing to do with what they're wearing.
But it's also one of those articles of clothing that, I mean, one of the terms in gender spaces is slut shaming. It's one of those articles of clothing that gets criticized by men and women depending on where it's worn. So it's almost a disruptive term in a way to say, no, this.
We wanted to push back against that. So when we first started, we spoke about what was called urban women. So like women in like who I guess persons would call it ghetto women, wearing leggings and stuff like that, and walking around and just being their full selves, walking, shaking, that kind of stuff. And there's this belief that they're asking for it, like how you could dress, so how you could be walking, so you gotta be asking for it. And we're like, no, nobody's ever asking for it.